guys, welcome to Rooted and Real. I'm Callie.
And I'm Laura, and this is a podcast we're starting together to show more about how it is as a Christian and how good it is of a life with Jesus, and to show you guys that his love and kindness is really all you need for real.
Yeah, so basically we started this podcast together as we are best friends. We've been talking about this since a while ago.
Like
Never really knew when we were gonna start something, but yeah, basically we were up all night thinking of thinking of a name because she doesn't want to say anything.
But rooted in Christ and like real.
Because we're real, but we basically made this podcast to help you guys and help us, no matter like how many followers we have. People want to see, you know. But yeah, we're gonna be really honest with each other and hold each other accountable. So if there is like correction in this, like, don't mind that. But yeah.
What's it called? So basically, me and Callie started being friends like September.
Yeah.
Of like last year, and
we were blessed.
We met through like basketball and stuff, and that's when Callie really started to open her eyes into Jesus. I've been Christian all my life, but I just started like locking in, you know what I mean? So, but ever since we centered God in our friendship, it's been really cool and fun and really innocent. We don't really need things in the world to like make us
Worldly
happy.
things.
So it's been really cool, and
yeah, we're definitely more focused on like being honest with each other instead of like letting each other just go and do things that we know will make them fall back into the same position they were before. And yeah, when we started being friends, Laura kind of just like brought me into this world without saying a thing. So I'm really grateful. But yeah.
So basically, right now, I'm reading.
She doesn't know how to say it.
I don't know how to say it in Portuguese. How you say it?
Ecclesiastes.
Yeah.
Something.
And it's basically about how to live a Christian life with wisdom and really like kind of showing different scenarios in like how we should act and like how we should be, and it's low-key like kind of fire.
It is fire.
I learned a lot, like God's time is the best time, and that wisdom is better than anything. Like wisdom is better than any weapon. Wisdom is better than being strong physically. Yeah.
We just finished reading Proverbs together, and I think that it helped us grow our friendship more, especially because Proverbs is all about wisdom and taking like the understanding and wisdom in it. And I think, well, the first book that we read together was John, and that was in my
It was.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
She's a fake friend. But yeah, right now I finished Proverbs because we read it together when I had my other Bible, and now I have a new Bible, and I read it in here too. But now I'm back on John, and I definitely have a better understanding of what's going on. But yeah, it's basically about, turn the water into wine. He has his disciples, and okay, so we honestly don't really have like a specific topic we're talking about, but we do want to like let you guys know that like you don't have to be alone in this journey, and you also don't have to feel embarrassed, and like being a Christian isn't cringe, even though that's so like normalized now.
And when you have like the right people like by your side, like honestly, like it's so much easier because you also have like somebody to look onto and someone to encourage you. Like when you're low, like they'll build you up. So you just honestly need to find the right people. Obviously, the first person is Jesus, but you low-key need to find the right people to surround yourself around, because when that happens, like, it naturally just like flows. Like when me and Callie started being friends, I didn't really talk to her like about like Jesus. Like I never really mentioned it, but I was like different. Like I don't curse. I don't like do that type of stuff. And like that
I was a bad kid. I was a bad kid.
Went on to Callie, so it obviously like involves like a lot of sacrificing.
That's really what we're gonna talk about right now.
It's like honestly it hurts in the moment to like let go of things that like you don't want to let go of, but after like it honestly like feels good, and during the moment you don't really understand why God is telling you to let go of those things, but after like you realize why and how much better it is. But yeah.
But for me, in the beginning of this, I was really lukewarm. I would like repost.
And what's the definition of lukewarm?
You were neither hot or cold.
You're in between. You're like on the fence. And honestly, the fence
means you're cold. It means you'll forever be cold, because if you're willing to live hot or cold, what's the point? You just live cold or live fully hot. But for me, I was really lukewarm, so bad, and I think Lord definitely helped me get out of that. And like, I don't think I ever want to fall back into that, because like the feeling of like just reposting videos on TikTok of just like Christian videos, I'm just like, that's not me. And I tell everyone that's me, and I tell everyone that I don't curse and stuff, but behind doors I was cursing every day. I was doing stuff for the world. Like it was really bad. And I think that a lot of it is about sacrificing and like being disciplined, especially like, and being motivated. Like I think that people just think that like reading your Bible is like a chore, and I think like if you really make it like a chore, it's not gonna feel good. When you look at
it like that, it low-key loses the point, because you should definitely
have a relationship.
You shouldn't really do it as in like you have to. You should do it as in because you love. Like when you have like love, it's easier, and you'll actually like it better than like it's a chore.
And if you do have that love, like, if you love, like, your boyfriend or your best friend, like, you're gonna text them every day, you're gonna call them every day, sometimes you go to sleep on the phone, this, that, and the third, like, but, like, at the end of the day, are you willing to do that for God? Are you willing to give that love?
Like, in the beginning, like, it's not easy. Like, obviously, like, you're still, like, it's a learning process, like, I always hear this, like, God doesn't want you to like fix yourself to come to him. Like he wants you to come to him the way you are, and slowly he'll start to change you when you like obey him and like do what you need to do. So
get out. Okay, so in Revelation 3:16 it says, "So because you are lukewarm, neither hot or cold, I am about to spit you out my mouth." So it kind of just is saying like,
basically, like, if you're lukewarm, you're not for God. Like, it's not in between your arm.
You're for the world.
Like, the world.
Exactly.
There's not, like, in between.
Yeah.
So.
But, like.
Oh. You got that?
Back to, like, the sacrifice and, like, the feeling of, like, love. Like, for me, at the moment, like, being completely honest, I'm struggling with, like, having a relationship and, like, not feeling the presence, but, like, he works in silence no matter like how you feel. And if you feel like, oh, I'm asking for this and that, but like he's not always going to answer your prayers just because you're asking for things. Like don't just pray when you want something. Like sometimes prayers aren't wishes. Like they're two different things. And I think that if you're not truly giving that love and like the time and the effort, and you're just being lazy, like stop being for the world and like thinking that like boys are such a big thing for you and like you need a boy. Like for me, I think I've set like standards for myself and like for people that I allow into my life, just because of like how I fall into traps with people and like how I do what they do just because I think to fit
also in. Not even like just because you do what they do to fit in. Like when you surround yourself with around certain people, you naturally become like them. like there's somewhere in the Bible where, or it's like when Jesus was like getting crucified, and I don't remember who it was. I don't remember if it was Judas. I don't remember. I don't. But it was just like the people asking, like, I'm gonna say Judas. I don't remember who it was, but them asking Judas, like, are you like one of them, like, meaning like one of God's people and all this stuff. And he was like, no, I don't even know that man. And then they were like, well, you sound exactly like them, like you speak like them. Like that shows like when you're around like a group of people for a long time, like you guys are basically all the same. So just be careful who you surround yourself around, because that really shows who you are. So yeah.
So for like our friendship, like we hold each other accountable. So like if we see each other hang out like with people we know that are like so heavy on being like lukewarm.
Don't say that.
I can say that.
That sounds bad.
No, if we see people hanging out with like, if we see each other hanging out with like the wrong people.
It's not like we're like, don't hang out with them like they're bad. It's just like, just be careful.
Yeah.
Like, because like sometimes we just think like, oh, it's okay, like it's a one-time thing, but a one-time thing can turn out to like
all summer,
all like,
school year.
Yeah, and like a genuine like friendship. So it's better to just not.
And I think running away before the situation gets worse is like the best thing. But Proverbs 27:6 says, "Wounds from a friend can be trusted." So for me, like, an honest and straightforward and correction friend is better than a friend who just lets you live freely because you only live once. But I think those kind of honest friends are the real best friends you have, and they're honest and they're willing to let you grow, but they're also willing to give you correction no matter if it's in private or you're in public with a whole group. Like, sometimes I gossip and Laura's like, you're kind of getting out of hand with like your gossip. Like, it's just like different things, like, and she's like, don't say that about someone, like, because like for me, when we first started being friends, I saw Laura as like a really forgiving person, so I kind of just like strive to be like her. But I see her as an influence because you are influenced, or you are someone's influence, so I definitely see her as my influence and as someone that's a role model to me because of the things. But yeah.
I'm trying to find something, I can't find it. But basically, I think it's in Proverbs. I don't know where it is, but it basically just says like, when you see somebody, like, I'm gonna just say, talk about Callie. Like, when I see Callie doing something wrong, like, I hold her accountable because the Bible says like, I'm wrong for seeing that and not saying something. Like, I'm wrong for seeing Callie do something wrong and not holding her accountable.
Because you're letting them fall into sin.
And also, you're also making them think that they're right. Like, you're making them think that, like, their wisdom is right and how they're living is right. So, yeah. I don't know where that is, but it's somewhere.
Back to, like, sacrificing for us. Okay, we're coming back to it, but...
Back.
Right back to the not knowing what to talk about, but back to sacrificing for us, secular music.
Mm-hmm.
A big one.
It's been like a month, or maybe actually like 2, that I stopped listening to secular music because honestly, in the moment it feels good. In the moment it feels like, dang, like this song is hitting, like.
But then you're like saying it out loud and you're singing it around your friends and you're like, whoa, I just said a curse word because I'm listening to curse words, or oh, I just did this because it's in a song.
Sometimes it doesn't even matter about the curse word. Like, do you ever just listen to what it's saying? Like, sometimes you just be singing, you don't even know what you're saying. But also, when I listen to secular music, I feel good. But after that, I low-key feel guilty. Like, I'm like, what am I doing? And so, you got that.
Well, for me, I like to like go on walks.
Hey,
not a lot, sometimes. But when I do, I play like the same songs on repeat, and then they're like they make me run. Like, I'm not just like, it just gives me so much more motivation to do things. And then once I start like singing those songs at home and like when no music is on, they're like playing in my head, I just get in like such a better mood because like there are Christian songs out there that you won't think are good, but then there are songs that like truly like can change you, and like that's also something like can help you like grow in spirit and like just remind yourself that who you are like throughout the day. And like I think some people don't, well especially me, like put enough time into this, and like that's something that helps me like want to be more
Consistency.
motivated.
That's something really big, as having a relationship with God, because it's the same thing as like having a friend. Like if you don't talk to him that much, I don't think you'd be as close. Like I talk to Callie every day, and I think that's why we're as close as we are. It's basically the same thing for God, because he's literally your friend. Like
Don't
he
just
wants
leave
to be
you on
your
open.
best friend.
Well, that's
Yeah,
true.
and that basically means like pray every day, like be consistent. Like sometimes I don't want to talk to Callie, sometimes I don't want to text Callie, but I do anyway.
Look, she's flinching because she needs them in her hair.
But I do anyways, and you know, same thing goes for God. Like when you want to open your Bible, do it anyways. Like my mom always tells me that those times where you don't feel like it is the best time you should do it.
And lately, I think I fell into the hole of like, oh, he's not even like there. The spinning is really annoying.
How
But-
it is.
He's not. I like feel like sometimes like, oh, you're not there. You're not working for me like and what I'm doing for you. But then I realized like it's not always gonna be like you give and you get. Like you can't expect to get something in return. Like you already have this like joyfulness in your body. Like what more do you need? You already like have grown as a person, and I changed, and my whole perspective on life honestly shifted to like a whole nother position. But I think that you can like prepare for things in life all the time, and like you can prepare in 2 weeks in advance and like be really like
What do you mean by that?
motivated and stuff. But like once you like
What do you mean by that, though?
don't like, I feel like job interviews, like tournaments, like anything in life, like you can prepare for things, and like you can even prepare for school coming up. But like once you don't like have God be the center of that, like what's the point of preparing for it? Like
Yeah, Loki, and also like if it's your plan, it's not that it's not gonna work, but it's not gonna flow. Like when it's God's plan and God's timing and God's will, like it will work out. And when it's God's will, like you don't need to worry about it, because like He's always been faithful and He won't ever fail.
and it's
So-
when it's his wisdom too. Like if you're
Yeah.
taking your own wisdom into something, like what's the point? Like if you're giving like advice to your friends and you're giving like advice from the world and from yourself, like that's not like, unless you know what you're talking about, that's not true advice, and you're not being a true friend either. Like get the wisdom from him, because like this is all you need to live in the world for. Like you can use this and you can be book smart, street smart, it does not matter. This will help you like continue to be that person. And I think like there's different like perspectives that you could put it in, but I think like the wisdom is like the biggest thing, because if you were to ask me 2 months ago, I would not know what wisdom even is. But like Proverbs has truly shown me that, and I think that has been a big thing. But
Yeah, I recently read that actually. I read that today. And how you say that again?
Ecclesiastes.
Yeah, that thing. Chapter 9, like at the end of the chapter, it's just talking about wisdom, and on verse 18, which is the last verse, it says, "Wisdom is better than weapons of war, but one sinner destroys a lot of good." So like it's basically just saying like wisdom is like literally the strongest weapon you'll ever have. And then also I remember reading today, I'm not gonna lie, I don't really know who wrote this. Could have been David or something, but it basically explains a story, and he explains how there was a war going on, and like an army attacked the city, and I'm not gonna lie, I have no clue what I'm saying because I don't remember.
You didn't
Hold
read.
on, look, no, I do. Let me just read it real quick.
Okay, well, back to like the wisdom thing. Like, if you're getting wisdom from your friends, and like your friends are like, "Oh, keep chasing that boy."
Oh shoot, I'm ready.
Oh, but you're not ready yet. or your friends are like, "Oh, keep chasing that boy. Like, do this. Like, keep doing what you love." But like, it's not always about what you love and what you think is right and what your friends think is right. And I think that like, that's also about who you surround yourself around, because there are times like where Laura was like, "Do you think that's right?" And like, she's truly reminded me, and like, I've changed my mind on things because I've had another person's perspective. And I think that's really special. That's why people should have a best friend that is centered with Christ. But
Alright.
hold on.
No, because
But
then I'm gonna forget
no,
again.
but Proverbs 21:7 says the harmful things that evil people do will drag them away, which is basically saying you'll get dragged away by the harmful and evil things, and like the not understandable things, and like people who have no wisdom. You'll get dragged away and you'll be just like them and continue to be just like them because of who they are. And that's why it's so important to surround yourself around the right people. And like, people could say they're Christian, people could say that they follow God, but do they truly? People could post this, that, repost.
And that, I'm an example of that because I grew up I grew up with my family being Christian and going to church every Sunday, every Wednesday for Bible study, everything. But I never was truly locked in. I didn't pick up my Bible. I didn't read every day, even though I was going to church on Sundays every Sunday and sitting there. I wasn't really, my mind wasn't on God. I was just there, and I looked at it as in like I was forced because of my parents.
Like a chore.
Yeah, but when I started locking in, I realized that Loki, it's lit.
It is, and it changes your life, like, truly. But
All
when,
right.
like, also, like, just let me talk, bruh. But also, like, for me, like, back to the same thing. Like, I reposted videos. Back to the same thing. I reposted
Scroll
videos
back.
about God. I reposted Bible verses. Like,
No.
I've been reposting all that
I
since
still
2020, 2021, 2022. I've been doing that since, like, the jump. But I had no idea what anything meant. I didn't even have a Bible. I had a King James Version Bible. I had no idea what I was reading.
But we might be like talking about wisdom and all this, and you might be like wondering like, how do I get that wisdom? Like, you just gotta read, bro. Like, you literally just
You
gotta
can't
read
rely
the
on your
Bible.
own mind
Like,
and own understanding.
Once you start reading the Bible, like, your mindset will change, and you're just like, oh shoot, I thought that was right, but it ain't. Like, you literally just gotta read. And I'm gonna go back, you know, cause I understand it now. And I read this morning, but I look, forgot what, but it's in, what's the word?
Ecclesiastes?
Yeah, 9, 13, all the way to 18 is about to take a minute, but let's go. Here's something else I saw on this earth. I saw an example of wisdom that touched me deeply. There was once a small city, only a few people lived there. A powerful king attacked it. He brought in war machines all around it. A certain man lived in that city. He was poor but wise. He used his wisdom to save the city, but no one remembered that poor man. Oh, that doesn't really matter. But so I said, it's better to be wise than powerful. So it just shows that you don't need to be rich. You don't need to be pretty. You don't need to be strong physically. You don't need to
Have weapons.
Yeah, you don't need weapons. Like, wisdom is a weapon, and that's the best weapon
It's the
ever
strongest
because
weapon.
you're smart. You know the deal, and wisdom is also, when you get the right wisdom, is guided by God. So it's just barbecue chicken from there. But yeah,
Like, if you have that wisdom, but say you have weapons and you don't have the wisdom to know how to use the weapon, like, you're not gonna be able. Okay, you're not gonna be able to, like, know what you're doing and
Yeah.
like defeat what's in front of you because you don't have like the wisdom to be able to do that. But
Yeah, but this all starts, like, you're hearing us talking about like how good it is to live for God, all this stuff, but it all starts from you wanting it, because you can have somebody pushing you and you can have somebody like wanting it for you, but if you don't want it, like you won't get it. Like if you don't pick up your Bible, like you're not gonna have a relationship with God. Like this is something that you need to want and you need to decide for your life, and you need to follow that, because there's gonna be times where you don't want it. Like sometimes I don't want to read my Bible and I don't want to pray, but I still do it anyways, you know, to keep my relationship with God.
Well, for me, how I like continue to stay consistent is like I just look at it as like the outcome is better than the income. Like
Yo,
what
it's
you-
like a gym day. I talked to you about
exactly,
this, bro.
like what you put into it, like more will come out for you. Like no matter how long it will take. Like from the beginning of this, it started so slow for me. I was like,
Yeah, bro.
what am I reading? This, that, and the third. But now I'm like,
Literally,
I'm on fire
bro,
now.
it's literally like going to the gym. You go to the gym. You don't go to the gym strong. You go to the gym weak, right? So you go to the gym. You work out. The weights hurt. It's heavy. It's hard. It's tiring. But after that, you feel that feeling like you're sore.
But
like it feels
sometimes
good.
when you go to the gym, like the same thing is like you build that mindset, and you
Yeah.
also build the fact that you're getting stronger. And you see the fact you're getting stronger. Sometimes like you see the fact you're gaining muscle, losing weight. But then some people start like doing like meal prep, this, that, and the third, and like doing things outside of that. Is that's because they're seeing the outcome out of it, and that they're trying harder to like do better for themselves. And like sometimes people come home from the gym and then go on a walk because
Yeah.
like they're more motivated to do that because they went to the gym for the first place. Like after I'm reading, like I'm more motivated to read more and not like sitting there looking at my Bible and not reading at all. And I think that helps me like so much with the reading and like praying, because I have her, and like when I see her, I wake up in the morning on FaceTime. It's like 7 in the morning. She has her Bible out. She hasn't even opened TikTok yet. And like that's like strong, like for me especially. Like honestly, we deleted Snapchat like so long ago. No, it was more than beginning of
Like
school
July.
year. And I felt excluded from the world, but then I was like, if people are willing to reach out, they will. And like I was willing to reach out to some people, but some people weren't willing to reach out to me unless they needed something. They only text me on Snapchat when they needed something. And like that's like who you find out who your true like is, because we text regardless, Instagram, TikTok, messages. And also with like the whole praying thing, like I think it's really important to be consistent, because we're on the phone every night praying together. And it's like most of the time it's her, but sometimes like I'll pray, we'll both pray, and then we'll pray for ourselves individually. And like
Honestly, when we started doing that, because we did start at a certain point, because in the beginning of friendship, obviously we didn't do that stuff, but when we started praying, and sometimes like when we're going through stuff, like we don't really have the answer to that at the moment, but then we're just like, let's pray. And after that, it's just like, it's gonna be okay, like God's under control. And that's what a lot of people need to realize. Like sometimes, like when we're going through things, we go to a lot of stuff. We go to people, we go to
therapists,
drugs, therapists, and stuff to find comfort. But like, you're not gonna find comfort
unless you let him be the source of it.
Yeah, like you're not gonna find comfort through other things. Like, and then once you pray, you feel reassurance. You feel secure. You know.
It's not gonna come to you right away though.
Yeah.
Like that's where patience comes in.
I was about to say that.
But like leading on to that, I definitely like never prayed until like remember that? I never prayed till like a month ago, and I would never pray. I would read my Bible. I'd be like, God, why aren't you helping me? There's your answer.
Yeah, bruh. Like, it's low-key like.
And I cut my prayers short because I'm lazy, like very lazy. Like I would be like, I would think, I wouldn't even think it. I'd be like, okay, I need this and I want this. Help me with this, and I'd be like, amen.
Yeah, sometimes
That's
we're
it.
not really thankful for what's in the present. Like, God has done so many things that we had, like, we haven't really realized. Like, it's the small stuff. Like, I woke up today. That's already a blessing.
I ate today.
And that's a blessing. Like, there's so
I had
many
food.
Ain't it? Not everybody got food. Like,
Not everybody has a house.
yeah. So it's like the small things. Like, you arrive into a place. Like, you got there safely. Like, that's something big. And I think that we're so focused on
What we need.
want and what we need and what sometimes we don't even need it. We just want it, and we're too focused on that to even realize what we already have and what He's already done.
But I think sometimes we want things because we see others have it. Like, I want things Laura has all the time. But, like, I can't get those things. Like, money isn't going to buy those things. It's like you yourself can get those things because, like, how your relationship is and stuff. But that's really the gist of it all. But it's really important to surround yourself around the right people. And that's really what made me get into this, and that's really what made me stop cursing and doing things for the world, because I thought that it was like cute to do those things and cool to do those things, and then people would flex to do those things, and you really think about it, like, it's not cute or
Low-key,
cool to
when
do
you,
those
like,
things.
When you build maturity in God and maturity in general, like, you'll realize, like, that's not cute.
It's not
like,
cool
it's not
either.
cool.
Even when you're old and like to the age of doing most things,
Like,
and,
when I was
married,
younger,
it's not cute.
I thought cursing was cool. I don't think cursing's cool. I feel like you're just like being obnoxious. Like, there's
It's just
some,
gross.
bro. There's some people who be putting curse words after every sentence. I'm just like, dang, like,
Just speak.
it's just not like,
Just speak, and you'll get your point across. Curse words or not.
yeah.
But coming into like this school year, I think that my main goal is to like have people like see Jesus, and I think yeah, and I think that like the gossiping for me, especially in school, needs to stop, because like you're at a table with all your friends and they're talking about this, that, and the third. You're like, oh, I want to know. Oh, this is my input on that. Oh, why is she this? Why is she that? But like that's still gossip. Like, you're putting your input and getting into it. Just run away from it. Like, and that's really important, to surround yourself around people that will make you like a better person and not pull you down and not snitch on you and be a dishonest person. But I think coming into school, like, I think this podcast will really help because of the fact that like we're sharing stuff, and like we're even sharing personal stuff. Like, we're sharing struggles that we struggle with, and I think other people definitely will struggle with. And I think we need to stop living for the world and start living for Him. And like that's really just my main goal, especially coming into the school year.
And obviously, we're not saying that it's easy, because it's not. I'm
Some people
struggling.
could be stuck in it for like 3 years. Oh, that was a God number.
I'm currently struggling with keeping certain people in my life right now. Boys, you know, that don't
Have
that I don't
purpose,
need, that-
or benefit.
and leading people on is not good. That is, I'm pretty sure that is actually sin.
If you
So,
don't have true intentions with it, let it go. Run away.
like, that's just me saying, like, just because I have a relationship with God and all this stuff doesn't mean I don't struggle. Like, just because I have a relationship with God doesn't mean like everything goes away, because it doesn't. Sometimes it's harder.
Sometimes
it's
it'll
easier.
stay with you your whole entire
Yeah,
life
but-
until you run away from it.
So
And
that's what I was. But there's certain situations that God puts in your life to make you stronger, and so that His glory can be shown through you, because we need a decrease so He can increase. Like, that's how it works. And, but yeah, it's actually really fun, and it's not boring being a Christian. It's not at all.
People think it's so boring because you're like on these laws and these
And,
rules. Like,
you know, I heard something once that, you know, so actually it was lit. So basically, a pastor came to preach at the camp I was at, and he was giving us a story time, and he was just talking about how he was talking to this guy where all he could do is smoke, or not all he could do, all he would do is smoke and drink and all this
I've
stuff.
heard this before.
Yeah, I told you this before. And then the guy asked the pastor, he was like, how do you live this life? Like, you're so locked in a cell, like, you're locked, you can't do anything. And he was like, the pastor was like, I
He
can't do
chooses to.
everything. Like, God is not holding you. Like, he wants you to come to him. Like, he's not coming to you. Like, he wants you to open your door for him to come in. So he was just like, I have a choice. I can do that. I can do whatever I want. I'm not locked up, but I choose not to. And then he asked the guy. He was like, "Can you stop? Like, if you ever wanted to stop, would you be able to stop?" And then the guy was like, "No." And then the pastor was like, "Well, look who's locked up now. Like, look who's in prison now because
That's the
sometimes,
real one locked up.
like, sometimes we can't stop doing something. We're like locked in sin. Like, being a Christian is not being locked up, because it's really a choice at the end.
I'm happier. I'm happier, and I think I let go of things. Yes, I think I let go of things so much quicker because, like, I just give it to him. And, like, even though I'm struggling with a lot right now, I think, like, giving it to him, like, being humble about it, like, not thinking that I need praise for, like, doing something, like, I'm not always gonna, like, get that. Like, I'm gonna praise him more than I want praise back. And that's, like, kind of, like, what I'm striving to do. Especially, like, reading my Bible and praying and, like, it's cool. But when am I willing to, like, let him into my everyday life, into my daily routine? Am I willing to live like this when school starts? Like, I'm not isolated, but I kind of am right now because it's summer. But, like, am I willing to live like this when school starts, or am I willing to live like every other student in the school? And that's kind of hits because I'm excited for school, but am I excited to be around all these people that I used to surround myself around? But I also think that I encourage people, no matter, like, the little wisdom I have. I definitely, like, help people, like, especially when school is ending. Like, I did try to help people, and there are, like there aren't things in the world that you shouldn't bring God in. Like, everything in the world, like, is something that you can bring God in no matter what. Like, you're brushing your teeth, you can bring God into that. Like, it doesn't really
And
matter.
it's in the small things that you bring God into that he'll be with you in the bigger things, and he'll bless the bigger things in your life. So, like, and it doesn't, bringing him in, like, it could be in a prayer. Like, when you're brushing your teeth, like, you'll be like, thank you, God, I got a toothbrush.
It's also
like,
not a chore to bring him in.
Like, it's cool when, like, I don't know. Like, for example, like, I could be on my way to work. I work at Matt's Fish Camp. But
Don't
I
pull
could
up.
be, I only work there till the start of September, but I could be going to work. I could be like, Jesus, like, I ask you, bless my day, like, that if I struggle with anything, that you come to be there, that I come to have a good day. Like, it could be in the small things that God will help you in the bigger things.
And I think that he's helped me the most through, like, basketball, and I think that I see him the most through basketball because that's why I let my anger out the most, like, so much. And, like, I think that I've kept that in sometimes because this is who I let my anger out on.
Yo, it hurts. I be getting slapped.
No, that's not why, but, like, a lot. But I think that's because I don't, like, I do all this stuff to prepare myself.
Yo.
Like, I do all this stuff.
stuff.
I do all this stuff to prepare myself. Like, I get a good mindset coming into games. I, like, fuel up.
Bro, I'm so
I eat the
excited
right things.
to start a game and listen to Christian music, bro. Oh, like, imagine, like, the
Like,
fuel, you know what I
yeah.
mean?
I, like, fuel my body. I eat right. I do this and that. I drink water. I stretch. But, like, right here, back to when I said Proverbs, like, you can prepare all day, mentally, physically, for your basketball game, but if you don't prepare, like, spiritually and bring God into that and into your game, you won't feel that fulfillment. You'll, like, feel it, obviously, but you're, like, if you win, you're not gonna feel like you really won because you don't have him there with you. Like, if you don't allow him or bring him into what you do, like, what's the point of even doing it?
Listen to this verse. You can prepare a horse for a day
And that's what it
of
was
battle,
on.
but the power to win comes from God. So, like,
And that's what really comes from it. what I said.
Yeah, and also, we're coming into this school year
year.
differently, so that involves in sports. Bring God into your sports. Like, I know sports are really mental, and I think that once you give all your thoughts and your weariness and your anxiety and all this and that, I think that it's more peaceful and it's more dependent because you depend on Him. So it's just a lot of love from Him. So
Before we wrap this up, we just want to say it's not cringy to be a Christian, and it's definitely better for yourself. And I think we're not trying to force like anything upon anyone, especially we're just trying to like share the word and like share our experience and like even like personal problems we're just trying to share, because like there's other people in the world struggling with this, and there's other people in the world that are struggling with other things worse than this. But I think struggle is struggle at the end of the day, and like just because people are struggling with more doesn't mean your problems don't matter. So like your problems do matter, and I think that you should turn all your problems to Him, because He's gonna help you more than a therapist. He's gonna help you more than your parents, your best
Bible
friend.
says,
Like a relationship with God is stronger, more powerful, better than any other relationship in the world. And especially like if you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, like why are you relying on them at the end of the day for like their love and reassurance when you can rely on Him and He'll give you 10 times
that's
more
who you
what
should
other
rely
people.
on first, and then because through Him you'll find a boyfriend, through Him you'll find friends.
And
through
I
Him
think
you'll
people
find
just
things.
like go into that not being ready for that, and then they're like, oh, my heart broken feels like it hurts, like it hurts. But I think sometimes like if it's not truly good for you and you're not truly ready, you're not as heartbroken as you are because you're relying on the other person. And that's what just sacrifices, like if
Wait,
you're
what did
willing.
you just say?
She like,
No, what did you just say?
I don't even remember. We can watch it back.
No.
So we just went back to the video, and I didn't mean what I said, but I meant to say like if you're not as heartbroken, like if you don't feel as heartbroken, it's because you're not truly ready for the relationship, and you have brought God into that relationship, and you've come out of the relationship with Him. And I think
But also, at the same time, I think that before dating somebody, I think you should
you need
pray
to be
about
ready.
it. No, not even ready, but you need to pray about it. Like, you need to ask God, like, is this my person? Like, is this the right person for me? Like, God didn't make... First of all, dating isn't supposed to be really dating for dating. It's supposed to be dating
marriage.
to marry. So basically, before you date somebody, like,
Don't just date to date.
yeah, pray about it. Like, God, is this my person? Like, because then you can avoid heartbreaks. You can avoid bad things. Like, when it comes from God, like, you don't need to deal with a heartbreak. That's why you have to...
My mom texted me.
No flag football today!
Okay, well, I think that like right now in our like generation, we're looking for the wrong things. Like we're looking just to date, and like we're looking just like to break up like sooner, and like I think we're just looking for something that will fill our void, and we're not relying on God to fill our void. And that's like a big thing for a lot of people. And I think we're truly looking for the wrong things, because like okay, being cute is good. Okay, like having someone that has good looks is good. Having someone that's nice, having someone to text all day, having someone to go to sleep on the phone with. But like at the end of the day, like you see all that, but you're dating a lukewarm. And at the end of the day, you see all that, but you're dating someone when you grow older and you have kids. They're not willing to go to church with you on Sunday.
Something I learned, actually, was that you can be full of God, and you can like somebody, and you can see potential in them, and like
I've been telling her
And-
that for so long.
okay, shut up. You can like see potential in them and think that you can change them, but you can't really risk that. You can't risk like putting your relationship with God and going down for that person to rise them back up, because sometimes
They take you down with
sometimes-
them.
Yeah, sometimes you can't convince them. The only person who can convince a person is God. Like, you can't convince somebody that all this and that. Like, obviously you do your part and you're like, you know, Jesus died for you, Jesus loves you, but at the end of the day, you're not the one convincing. It's God speaking through you to convince.
And
that
I think
person.
a lot of boys are willing to wear that cross on their neck, but they're not willing to carry it on their back.
Bible verse in their bio.
And I think that, like, at the same time, like, you're saying this and you're coming off as this. And I think a lot of Christian girls are falling for that trap just because they post or they have a Bible verse in their bio or they know, like, bits and pieces. But, like, do you have a relationship with him? Like, I think if I were ready and, like, if God were to bless me with someone, my first question would be, what's your relationship with God? And what is it truly? And, like, right then and there, if they're dishonest, and right then and there, if you're looking for the wrong things in someone and falling for the traps of they're a good person and they have potential, or they could be a Christian when they grow up, like, that's not who they are now, but you can't hold that grudge who they are now. But I'm just saying, like, that isn't who they are now. Why would you just wait for the future and continue to drag yourself into their daily habits? And, like, that's a big part of, like,
And
picking and
it's not
choosing.
like it's hard to pick and hold on, I said that wrong. It's not like it's hard to tell who's the right person and who's not, because like you can tell by their acts, by the way they talk.
I think we
by
just
what they
choose
say,
upon
like,
looks more than we choose upon who they truly are. Like, there are a lot of people in our world that look good, but how's their relationship with God?
Yeah. So basically, this episode was really random. It was a
Holy chat.
honestly, it was a good start. I liked it. We didn't really have a specific topic. We're just low-key just trying to show you that like low-key is tough living as a Christian. Like it's innocent. You don't gotta worry about like going to jail. Like you're not bad. You know what I mean? So it's really cool. But in our other episodes or videos,
We'll
or
definitely
whatever,
have a topic
we'll have a topic like to like
and
stay
be more
stuck on.
organized.
Yeah, this
'Cause
is
this
just
really unorganized.
it's
It's
fine.
okay.
But we hope that we forgot to pray.
Guys, so we prayed together before.
Forgot to
Before
pray
together?
before this.
But we prayed together before, but we didn't pray like
Yeah,
podcasts
but
and stuff. But that's okay.
we're learning, you know? We're
Learning
growing.
along the way. But I think we hope this helped you guys, because it did help ourselves, like, to vent and to be less like scared to be a public Christian instead of like praising him in private. Because I think like for us, he was calling us to talk about this publicly, and we just like we're too scared of like who would judge us. And like a lot of people and people at our school think it's like weird to live this life, but like we're happy and we're happy living this life. But thank you guys for watching.